Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah Akbar, Assalamu alaikum and hello. My name is Shahada Abdul Rashid. Welcome to the Philadelphia Muslim Oral History Project. This series is a part of In the Path of Islam, a project brought to you by the Free Library of Philadelphia and funded by the Doris Duke Foundation for Islamic Art. This series and project shares and uplifts the voices of Muslims indigenous to Philadelphia and the Delaware Valley. These personal accounts that you're about to hear are unique, probably not written down, and important to be passed on for future generations. Insha'Allah, God willing, you will enjoy these stories as told by the people who have experienced them. Thank you, and may you be blessed with goodness always.
My name is Haji Lavera Diggins. I'm 91 years old. I was raised Christian, high Episcopal. I was raised Baptist. When I got married, I became Catholic. And then later on in life, I became Muslim in about 1981. I have 8 children, 30 some grandchildren, I believe, and about 40 some great grandchildren and about 10 or 11 great great grandchildren. I was married in 1948 to my husband, Alonzo Henry Diggins. We were married for 36 years before he passed. I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the Lion Hospital, 8th and Spruce. Two of my children, my two oldest children, was also born in Pennsylvania Hospital, 8th and Spruce. I became visually impaired right after my first baby was born through a rare skin disease in which all my membranes ruptured and left me visually impaired. I was visually impaired for several years, but thank Allah that I was able to see, up until at that time. Went to public school, W.S. Pierce Public School, and then I went to Barrett Junior High School, and then I went to South Philadelphia High School for girls for high school. All my time that I was in school, I was sighted. I didn't have any problems with my sight when I was all in school. So right now, as I became vision impaired, I got involved with Associated Service for the Blind, and I learned Braille, and eventually I became a volunteer Braille teacher. I also went to art class at the Foreman Art Class at the Art Museum in Philadelphia for about 20 years, and then I went to Visual Art at Allen's Lane, in which I'm now, except for the COVID, still go to Allen's Lane art class. Some of my pieces was on exhibit. One was at the Academy of Fine Arts on exhibit, and the piece that I had was really on. It was an honorary a piece that I did called First Piece. I also sing in the Neverland's Choir. It's a choir for blind and visually impaired adults, which I sing in the Neverland's Choir. We sing at different places like senior centers, like senior homes and places like that, cathedrals and things like that. And I love singing. And I think one of my singing songs is Faith in the Law. It goes like this, a little bit like this. Okay. Oh, you know what? We're children on a journey road, on a narrow road, and all he came before us like the way, cheering on the faithful encouraging the weary. The life we live lead to God's sustaining grace. Surrounded by such great a crowd of witness, let us run the race not only for the prize, but as those who came before us, let us lead to those behind us the heritage of godly life. Oh, may all who come behind us find us faithful. Let your powerful devotion light their way. May the footprints that we lead them to believe, and the life we live inspire them to obey. May with those who come behind us find us faithful. After all, our hopes and dreams have come and gone, and our children's left with all we left behind. May the clues that they discover, memories uncover, lead them to a life we all must find. Oh, may all who come behind us find us faithful. May the power of our devotion light their way. May the footprints that they lead them to believe, and the life we live inspire them to obey. Oh, may all who comes behind us find us faithful, find us faithful, find us faithful to Allah. So that's one of the songs we sung in choir, and this is one, and that's one of my favorite songs that we sung in choir in the Netherlands. So I became Muslim in 1981 after really, I guess I got kind of disillusioned about my religion as a Catholic. And eventually, after hearing the teachings of Islam, Imam Wallace D. Muhammad, and understanding what Islam was about, I became Muslim. I I also was able to raise no. In fact, a couple of my children were Muslim before I was. My oldest son became Muslim before I became Muslim, and then I have a couple. My Ishmael, he's Muslim, and Elizabeth is Muslim, and then and the other children are different faith, Catholic. I mean, Christian, Catholic. Even Jehovah's Witness. Some of my family are in different faiths. I believe in one God and one God only. That's why I actually became Muslim, because just understanding that it's only one God and one God only, and that's not, and understanding that although Jesus, being raised Christian, we also thought that Jesus is God, but knowing that Jesus was not God, he was Allah's messenger and servant. And even Jesus said, "My God is your God." And understanding that as I became Muslim, I was stayed strong in my faith as a Muslim. I made Hajj in 2001. I became Muslim in 1981. And then I made Hajj in 2001. I was able to make Hajj in 2001, and that was 20 years after I became Muslim. Yeah, that was a blessed, blessed journey. Just imagine, I'll never forget when we were the first day we came out, getting ready to go to the Kaaba. All thousands and thousands of people, all with faith, all kinds of cultures, blue, black, everything. Every culture in the world was there. And the birds were singing, and it was just like a piece of heaven, just getting ready. And all of us go heading for the Kaaba. That was really a blessed, blessed feeling that I had. And I never forgot that kind of feeling, that I had when during Hajj. I was able to complete Hajj because at the time then I was visually impaired, so I was able to see something and complete my Hajj. I made Hajj with my daughter and her husband. We made Hajj together. To, Brother Gandhi was the one that was teaching us the steps of doing Hajj, and so before we went to Mecca to make Hajj. So we were with people in our community that Brother Gandhi taught us what to do when we made Hajj. So when we got to Mecca, we knew exactly what to do and how to do it. By Brother Gandhi and Brother and Yahya showing us what to do and practicing it and practicing what to do and how to do when we did Hajj. But it was really a blessed, blessed journey. I'll never forget. And I bless and I thank Allah that I was able to do that and during the time when I did have vision, be able to see what I could see and able to do what I could do. Try to stay strong in my faith, in Allah, and ask Him to strengthen me in faith, truth, and trust in Him. And I tried my best to stay strong in my faith to Allah. I became Muslim I think I took my Shahada in 1981. And so I made Hajj 20 years after I took my Shahada, so that was a blessed time for me. Now, although I was visually impaired at that time because I lost my sight not long after I had my first baby, and through a rare skin disease and a sulfur drugs that they gave me that I was allergic to, and which ruptured all my membranes were ruptured at that time, and that's how I became visually impaired. The eye disease was called Stevens-Johnson syndrome, you know. So, and now I'm I'm not able to see at all, but I still thank Allah for what I can see and what I can do, and I keep on thanking the Lord for everything and saying my prayers and my children, my children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, great great grandchildren, and they're fantastic with me. And even the babies, they sense that I can't see, and they once they sense that I can't see, they're right there for me. I mean the little ones, 2 and 3 and 4 years old, and even the little ones, when they sense that the grandma can't see, then they try to lead me around. It's so cute. Yeah. But I thank Allah for everything I have been able to do. I thank Allah for everything I was able to see. I thank Allah for all things and everything. And I forgot to tell you, but also, we have a garden out at the Horticulture Center in Fairmount Park. So I also was a gardener out in Fairmount Park. And we planted all kinds of flowers and different things, and even bushes and things we planted outside the garden. We were visually impaired, and but we were able to still plant and feel the dirt. In fact, I love the garden. The garden was real. Just the idea of just being able to plant and being able to be in feeling the soil and all. I was I just was really excited about that. I never wanted to miss my garden classes. We went once a week and we planted all kinds of different flowers and things. I thank Allah for all my blessings. I thank Allah for everything I was able to see, what I could see. I thank Allah for everything I'm able to do and doing now. I thank Allah for everything and all things. I give thanks to Him for life and for everything and everyone. And I like to tell my children and my grandchildren, my great grandchildren, and great great grandchildren, and even the children to come, always remember to trust in Allah. and have faith in him, and remember he's all forgiving and most merciful, and nothing you could do that God Allah won't forgive you for. And just hold on to his hand and always believe in Allah.
What cultural changes have you seen since you accepted Islam till now?
During the time that I accepted Islam, I think more people are becoming, involved in the Islamic faith, because before, I think we were kind of afraid of it, but during the time now, during our time, and at the age I am, more people are actually becoming more involved and understanding what Islam is, and knowing that we believe in God just like everyone else believes. That we believe there's only one God and only one God only, and we don't join any partners with Him. And a lot of the faith, the other different faiths believe in God, and no matter what you want to call Him, we always believe in one God, and Allah's going to judge us by what He's given us. That's what Allah's going to judge us with. He's going to judge the Christians by what He's given them. He's going to judge the Jewish people by what He's given them. He's going to judge us, and knowing that, you say, I stay strong in my faith, and we have to stay strong in my faith. In my family, it's all different religions, and we accept each other as we are. We and with my sisters and my children, even some of my children and their family, we're all different religions. And my friends, and even though they know that I'm Muslim, but we all are respectful to our faith and our religion. And it's great because that's the way Allah. I believe that's the way Allah wanted us to be one. He wanted us to believe in Him, and be strong in the faith. And in my prayers, I asked Him to give me strength and strengthen my faith and my trust and my belief in Him. That's one of my prayers when I say my prayers. And I try my best to do the best I can. And I know I'm not perfect, but I do try. I do try.
What do you want your legacy to be?
I, I, I believe what I want my children to remember about myself is that I'm doing although I had a disability, I didn't let it stop me from doing what I could do. I try to keep on going. And no matter what happens in your life, try to just keep on going. Don't stop. If you can't see, find some other way to see. Use your other senses to see. And pray that and never stop praying and trusting in Allah, no matter what you do or what happens in your life. No matter if you could only say, Allah help me, but just keep on remembering that Allah is always for us and always will be us.
What were some of the other things you did in your life?
Huh?
What were some of the other things you want to be remembered for?
Oh, I guess a lot of things I think about is when my children were born. I know when my first baby was born, the only thing I remember about Lonnie, and he's a Muslim also, was that the only thing I remember at him was just that first labor pain. And after that, I didn't remember anything because that's when I became sick with the Stephen Johnson's disease and when my memories were. I remember when my daughter was born, Elizabeth, and she was my third child. And when they showed her to me, she was so pretty with a little curl in the middle of her hair. And she was so pretty. And I remember even when all my children, I remember the beginning of my labor pains, with Barry and with Ishmael and Antonio and George and Raymond, and Troy, all of them I remember, and I also remember when I was in high school, you know, and at that time I was in the dance class, and I remember we were dancing at the Academy of Music, and all the high school students that were in the modern dance class were at dancing, had performing at the Academy of Music, and we were performing. Our school was performing War and Peace, and when I was on the stage, almost fainted. And my friend was telling me, "Hold on, Billy, fall, just lay down," and I almost fainted on the stage, and I'll never forget that. So that was the end of my dance career, because I remember those days, and I remember good times, and some bad times, but that's okay. I try to remember the good times more so than the bad times. We had our ups and downs, but I try to remember the good things that happened in my life. Yeah, and I was also, I remember joining Al-Anon after, for a while, and that was really a big change in my life when I became an Al-Anon, because my husband had a problem, and after finding out about Al-Anon and the way that it changed my life and my way of looking at things, even with his problems and things, it was really, really another good step for me. Thank the Lord that He blessed me in all kinds of ways, and He showed me and guided me to things that would help me. And now, even though I'm not, I don't have any vision now, but I'm still able to do what I can do. And what I can't do, I don't do. So I'm well blessed. And I want the children to remember me knowing that Allah has blessed me in all kinds of ways. And always remember to trust in love. And I remember years ago when I was a little girl, was a sign on the front of a Holy Trinity church that says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all other things will come unto you." And I remember that because I was able to see that time. And I always remember that sign was outside that church at Holy Trinity. And I was a Christian then, and always remember that sign. And really, that really, during my lifetime, I always thought of that, seek God first, and everything else will come to you, And I'm blessed, well blessed. Allah has blessed me in all kinds of ways and everything. And my children, my grandchildren, my great grandchildren, my great grandchildren, my family, friends, always remember that Allah has blessed me, and I'm thankful for everything and everyone. And really, really, I'm thankful that Allah had allowed me to be able to see what I could see, allowed me to do what I could do, and allowed me to be able to be the person I am today. I thank Allah for everything. And always remember, no matter what you do or what you can't do, always remember Allah is all forgiving and He's most merciful. And always ask, there's nothing you can do that Allah won't forgive you for. And always remember that we're not perfect, not in this world. And I want my children and all my family and my grandchildren, great grand, that they all remember that Allah is all forgiving, most merciful, and you have to remember that and try to be the best you can and do the best you can with your life. And this is your grandma. And I'm 91 years old. I think I told you that in the beginning. I'm 91 years old, but I'm well blessed. I'm grateful that I'm able to record this message to my family and friends.